Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Suniyal Talks. Today I'm gonna talk about why people are committing suicide and what are the solutions towards it. I'm gonna talk about my own personal experience, what I have faced and how I dealt with them. So let's start. When I was a very young child, when I used to have a heated argument with my parents or my friends or someone whom I love so much or about whom I care, like I used to get this thought that I should die and then only they will realize the importance. So these thoughts used to come, but with these thoughts I used to sleep off, and when I used to wake up I was very calm and I never used to have those kind of a thought, because the situation with time everything used to get changed. Also, when I used to make some blunder mistakes, like if I did something very wrong, I used to feel that guilt that I'm a bad person, I do not deserve to live, I should kill myself. So when I grew up, then I got to know ki in my life I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes. For every mistake I'm not gonna kill myself. I don't have to be so much harsh upon myself. I need to be little lenient. I need to learn from a mistake rather than feeling guilt. Also, after committing mistake I used to feel like, oh my god, what gonna happen now. I used to have this anxiety and how I'm gonna face those consequences, the anticipation. And the easiest solution which I used to see is like I should kill myself and then everything will end. It used to look like suicide will kill my all the problem and it is the only solutions. What I realized is when we are in the problem, that time we see this problem is huge and humongous. We used to feel like there is no end toward it, there is no solution toward it, and we are completely blinded by the problem. We cannot see the solution which is easily lying just around there. So what happens is when you share your problems with others will give you a very easy solution which was always there, or even if they do not give you solution, even if they just listen to you, you will feel some relief. If you look at the Maslow's triangle of hierarchy, the top is the self-actualization. In that, you feel, I have achieved all this, now what to do, what is remaining for me, there is no next other goal. When I achieved my goals, like I had a goal of becoming a doctor. When I became one and I was having a good salary, my all the physical needs are satisfied, you go into a existential crisis, what you should do now with your life. You feel like empty. What is the purpose of life, what is the goal of life? So I also went through this. I read lot of religious textbooks, I listened to lot of gurus, babas, I talked with my parents, teacher, my friends, and I tried to explore it. It took me around 2 to 3 months. Every day I was trying to do something and I was trying to find this solution toward this. I went to camps also, I explored, I talked with other people. So overall, how I concluded this is, as life has only one purpose, that is to enjoy it as it is and safely. We are not supposed to, in the name of enjoyment, we are not supposed to hurt other people, or get high and then skip your half of the life in drugs or addiction or something like that. But to experience the life as it is, it naturally we need to experience that life. There are life goals, and those goals are set by us. If we achieve that goal, we feel happy, and then we try to make another goals to keep ourselves busy. If we do not keep ourselves busy, our mind is completely empty, we are targetless, we are just living our life, and some point of the time you will get bored of your life and may have a suicidal thought again. So keeping goals is also very important. But if you don't achieve those goals of your life, you will feel sad, depressed, and again you will have a suicidal thought. How you should plan your life goal is also very important. You have to be little lenient toward them. You should always have a plan B. If I do not achieve this goal in my life, it's okay, I'm gonna have this plan B of me, I'm gonna achieve the next goal. We need to be little energetic and little lenient toward our goals too. Sometimes people become so much obsessed toward their goal, like if I do not become doctor in this life, then there is no point of living this life. That is completely wrong. There are some things we need to leave towards destiny, which leads to me to the other point, because at some moment I also had this, that is called spiritual crisis. Like in this, like a person will think, why me? why I need to deserve all the bad things. I'm doing my good karma, in return I'm not getting a good fruits, I'm getting just only negative outcomes, my life is worse. People will even say my meri zindagi barbad ho gayi hai. And there's lot of negativity in the life. We always perceive even a smaller pain as a big pain, and then we try to torture ourselves in this mind. Recently, I was watching a documentary called Placebo on the YouTube. There, one person was saying, overcoming a mind is also very important, because this mind makes you or compels you to lose the basic instinct of everyone, that is survival instinct. The mind can make ourselves to end our life. That is the power, evil power of the mind. If we don't control them, it need to be controlled. And what I learned is the mind can be controlled through your meditation, through yoga, through even a simple breathing technique is kind of exercise of controlling your own mind. For this spiritual crisis, when I got to handle it better when I went for palliative care training. The same questions would be asked by a terminally ill patient or a cancer patient. So there we need to answer them spiritually. We need to give them a small targets in their life, so they are busy with something and they are actively enjoying their life. For spirituality, I read a lot of religious textbooks and even spiritual textbooks, watching videos of some spiritual gurus or babas. Then that all those things help me, and I realized, like, if you look at the rich people or little middle class or upper middle class people, they all follow some certain gurus or babas which gives them happiness, because there is some emptiness in everyone's life which is always fulfilled by the spirituality. If we talk, everyone talks about health, but in the health everyone just look at the physical and mental health. They forget about the spiritual part of the health, which is a very important component that need to be fulfilled. If people get happiness by visiting or following a baba or a guru, or by reading a religious textbook, so it's kind of a good for them. If it motivates them to do something good for the society, it's good, there is nothing harm in it. But people need to be a little bit self-conscious about it, so that it does not land up in any problem. So a permanent solution for spiritual crisis or existential crisis would be teaching our children to control our mind through meditation, yoga, or teaching our children about spirituality. That would be a great boon for them. And another point in my life when I felt a suicidal thought was when I lost someone who is near and dear to me. That resulted into loneliness in my life. Like, when you lose someone who is very loved one to you, you feel empty, you feel like you have lost a part of your life. So that time, people do try to make to find another love, or do they adopt a puppy, or they try to develop a new skill or a hobby which keeps them busy, which purpose of the life is still to enjoy it. So you need to enjoy through other mean. Okay, something has happened, but you need to still keep on moving. After losing your loved ones, or feeling loneliness or empty in your life, what I feel is, even if that loved person whom we love so much and has gone away, he would have not wanted us to die. Thinking about the people who are remaining, people who are there right now in your life. So if you think about those people, then you may not take the suicidal step. Another point which I would like to talk about is the alcohol and drugs. People use them. They think, if I use it, I'll become little philosophical. I'm enjoying life. Initially, they do get pleasure, and they get this philosophical thoughts, and they used to think, oh, this is broadening my imagination and my talent. The thing is, initially it may do, but later on, with the chronic effect, it will lead you to the darkness. And in those philosophical thought only will lead you into spiritual or existential crisis, and may give you a suicidal thought. So better not to go for any addiction of alcohol or drugs or anything in your life. Try to enjoy the life as it is, because it is very difficult to come out of these things. Ultimately, all these were my own solutions. It doesn't mean that you should not seek professional help. For maybe it is very difficult for people to come out and talk about depression or suicidal thought, but one person must talk about it. Never ever hesitate to take a professional help if you need. It would be very, very helpful if you guys can comment down if you have ever faced suicidal thoughts and how you dealt with them. and do share these videos with your loved one if you find it very relatable and helpful to you. What I feel is, as a society, we need to be a little bit vigilant about it and need to be helpful toward it if anyone is facing any crisis. So see you guys in the next video. Tata, bye bye.